Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain chapter 2, that is Inside Our Art of Geography. So let's start. The Earth is referred to as a dynamic planet because of the constant changes both on the surface and in the inside of the Earth. The Earth is made of concentric layers of varying thickness and composition. The concentric layers of the Earth are the crust, mantle, and core. The uppermost layer is the crust, which is a solid mass. The crust is the thinnest layer. Its thickness varies from 35 km under the continents to about 5 km under the ocean floor. Two distinct layers form the crust, the upper crust or the sill and the lower crust or the cyma. Sill is mainly composed of the minerals silica and aluminium. It forms the continental crust. Cyma is mainly composed of silica and magnesium. It forms the ocean floor. The layer underneath the crust is called mantle. The mantle extends to a depth of 2900 km below the crust. The innermost section is called the core. The core is 3500 km thick and is made up of iron and nickel, and also called knife. The core has very high temperature and pressure. The earth crust is made up of minerals and rocks. Rocks are composed of different minerals which are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical compositions. The earth crust is mostly made up of various types of rocks. There are three major rocks, and that are Igneous Rock, Sedimentary Rock, and Metamorphic Rock. Igneous Rock. Igneous rocks are formed through cooling and solidifications of magma or lava. And they are also called the primary rocks. There are two types of igneous rocks. So, the first one is extrusive igneous rocks. So, extrusive igneous rocks are formed by the rapid cooling of molten magma on the Earth's surface. They are smooth, crystalline, and fine grained and are also known as volcanic rock. An example of extrusive igneous rocks are basalt. The Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rocks. And the next types of igneous rock is intrusive igneous rocks. And they are formed from magma that cools and solidifies inside the Earth's crust. They are coarse grained as they are formed by slow cooling magma. And the example of intrusive igneous rocks are granite. So, the next major types of rocks after igneous rock is sedimentary rocks. So, sedimentary rocks are formed by the dispositions of sediments, that is, broken down fragments of rocks at the Earth's surface and within water bodies. They may contain fossils, remains of the dead plants and animals trapped in the layers of rocks, or plants, animals and other microorganisms that once lived on them. And the next major types of rock is metamorphic rocks. So, metamorphic rocks are igneous and sedimentary rocks can change into metamorphic rocks under great heat and pressure, and they are formed as a result of changes in igneous or sedimentary rocks in a process called metamorphism. Example: clay changing to slate, limestone changing to marble. Now, the next is rock cycle. So, let us see the rock cycle. The process of transformation of the rock from one to another is known as the rock cycle. Rocks come from the lava and go back to lava. But in the process, they might change from one type to another. When the molten magma cools, it solidifies to become igneous rock. The igneous rocks are broken down into small particles that are transported and deposited to form sedimentary rocks. When the igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat and pressure, melt down to form molten magma. This molten magma again can cool down and solidify into igneous rocks. So, rocks are made up of different minerals. Minerals are natural occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical compositions. Rocks are very important. Rocks are very important and provide us with material for construction purposes, precious stones like gold and silver, minerals for various industries, chemicals for medicine and fertilizer industries, fuel like crude oil and coal. So students, here we have come to an end of the chapter. Hope my explanation will be helpful to you all. So here I conclude. Thank you.